Students, hope you are happy after your unit test. Now we are going to start our new chapter, Lines and Angles. Here in this chapter we'll study about lines, angles and various properties related. Before starting the chapter, let us go through some basic concepts. Angles in our daily life, basic terms and definitions which are related to these angles, point, intersecting lines, non-intersecting lines, perpendicular lines, angles, parallel lines and a transversal. Let us start. Angles is something that we always see around us. Here are few examples where you can see I have found few angles. You can also see angles in our daily life. Let us start with the type of definitions that are required for it. Number 1, line. What is line? Line has no endpoint. Line is a straight path which extends on both the directions. So, it is a straight path which is extending in both the directions. Next is line segment. Line segment is something, it is a part of line which is having 2 points, 2 endpoints. These 2 endpoints, these are known as endpoints. Next is ray. Ray is also a type of straight path which is having one endpoint and it can be extended in one direction indefinitely. Hereafter, we'll study point. What is point? Point is a dot which has no dimensions, no length, no breadth, no height. So, and points are of two types, collinear points and non-collinear points. If some points fall in a straight line, they are known as collinear points. If 3 or more points which do not lie on the same line, they are known as non-collinear points. And for example, with the help of non-collinear points, you can make a triangle. But with the help of 3 collinear points, you cannot make a triangle. Next are intersecting and non-intersecting lines. What are intersecting lines? The lines which cut each other, which cross each other at a point are known as intersecting lines. Non-intersecting lines that never cross, never meet are known as non-intersecting or parallel lines. The distance between the parallel lines always remain fixed. It is same, they are equally apart at all the points. So, the parallel lines never meet, the intersecting lines meet at one point. Examples of intersecting lines, non-intersecting lines. Non-intersecting lines you see on the parking slot, in the parking lot. Have you seen the yellow lines are made to park the cars? All the lines are parallel. Then in street, the two ends of the streets are parallel. Then the window panes are parallel. So you can see many examples of non-intersecting or parallel lines. Next comes the perpendicular lines. What are perpendicular lines? Perpendicular lines are those lines which intersect each other at the angle of 90 degrees. So two lines when intersect at right angles, so 4 right angles are formed. When two lines intersect, 4 right angles, you can clearly see here in red color it is mentioned, when these two lines are intersecting, 4 right angles are formed. These are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines, when the two lines cut each other, when two streets cut each other at 90 degree on crossroads, it is an example of perpendicular lines. Window panes, there are few window panes in which you can see perpendicular lines. You can think of some more examples of perpendicular lines. Next is angle. In geometry, an angle is the name of the figure formed by two rays sharing a common endpoint called the vertex. Just now we have studied what is a ray. Ray is a line segment, part of line which is having one endpoint, and on the other side it can be extended indefinitely. So if two rays are having same endpoint, and that endpoint is known as vertex, so they form a angle. The amount of rotation, how apart they are, amount of rotation can be measured by using a protractor. Now, there are various types of angles: acute, right, obtuse, straight, reflex, adjacent, linear pair, vertically opposite angle. We'll study about this one by one. There is an in fun people say ki if you make a figure which can tell me a figure which can never be wrong, that is right angle, because it is right. The right angle is always right, so it can never be wrong. Yeah, but you may draw it wrong. It should be perfectly of 90 degrees. Now, acute angles. Any angle which is less than 90 degree and more than 0 degree is a acute angle. Here you can see which measures between. So it should not be 0, because 0, if it measures 0, it is 0 angle. If it measures 90 degree, it is right angle. So between 0 to 90, if it measures, these all are the examples of acute angles. Acute angle, you can see your nose always makes acute angle. This rack is also acute angled. Then chopping board is makes acute angle when we are cutting the vegetables. You can give more examples of acute angles. Next is right angle. Right angle, an angle which is of 90 degree, is known as right angle. It is formed when the two lines are perpendicular to each other. The two rays are perpendicular to each other. Then a right angle is formed, which is always right. Examples of right angle. See, your door, then the ends of your TV. Then so many examples are there. The books, the chair, the here, the window you can see. Then in house also, you can see many right angles around you. Many almiras will be around you, which are the examples of perfect right angles. You can find that. Now next is obtuse angle. As you know, obtuse angles are those angles which are measure less than 180 degree but more than a right angle, means more than 90 degree. So these all are the examples of obtuse angles. See, you can see 179 भी obtuse है, वहाँ तक obtuse है, और 91 भी obtuse है. Now obtuse angle, see here, you can see aeroplane के side में you can see obtuse angle. There the diamond shape में you see obtuse angle. अगर इस तरह का कोई स्टूल होता है, the stool की legs makes obtuse angle. So you can see obtuse angle in various life objects. Next is straight angle. A straight angle is an angle that changes its direction to a point just opposite to the main ray, opposite to the initial ray. It looks like a straight line. It just look like a straight line. It is actually two rays which are meeting at a point, and the angle between the two rays is 180 degree, half a revolution it is known as, or two right angles. It is a straight angle. Examples of straight angles that are very easy to understand. Next is reflex angle. A reflex angle is that angle which is having the measure more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. So any angle which is more than 180 and less than 360, there are so many examples of reflex angles you have to see and you have to make. Next are adjacent angles. In geometry, the adjacent angles often called short form में AD, J से denote करते हैं. They are having, these are the two angles which are having a common ray. So look here, ABD is the angle and ABC CBD. These two angles are having common ray BC, which is common between the other two angles. So this type of angles in which one ray is common and all the two and both the angles are on the same vertex, such an angles are called adjacent angles. Linear pair. A pair of adjacent angles formed by इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस, जो इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस से जो बनते हैं, इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस, द लीनियर पेयर ऑफ एंगल्स आर सप्लीमेंट्री। अब देखो एक लाइन, ये स्ट्रेट लाइन है, इसके ऊपर अगर एक रे आ जाती है तो दे फॉर्म, एंड हुज सम इज 180 डिग्री, दे फॉर्म अ लीनियर पेयर। यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है, हेयर द सम ऑफ टू एंगल्स इज नोन एज 180 डिग्री, दीज आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल्स, दीज आर सप्लीमेंट्री हुज सम इज 180 डिग्री। एडजेसेंट एंगल्स फॉर्म्ड बाय इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइन से एडजेसेंट एंगल्स बनते हैं। नाउ वर्टिकली ऑपोजिट एंगल, लुक हेयर, यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है अ रेड लाइन एंड अ ब्लू लाइन इज इंटरसेक्टिंग, एंड आफ्टर इंटरसेक्शन एन एंगल ए एंड बी विच आर फॉर्म्ड ऑपोजिट टू बैक जो बना हुआ है, वर्टिकली ऑपोजिट साइड में जो बना हुआ है, वर्टिकली ऑपोजिट एंगल इज फॉर्म्ड एंड दे शेयर द सेम वर्टेक्स। इसमें वर्टेक्स तो सेम है लेकिन दे डू नॉट शेयर द आर्म्स। एडजेसेंट एंगल्स में वर्टेक्स सेम था और एक आर्म वो शेयर कर रहे थे, हेयर द वर्टेक्स इज सेम बट दे आर नॉट शेयरिंग द आर्म्स। सच एंगल्स आर इक्वल इन मेजर एंड कैन बी डिस्क्राइब्ड एज कॉन्ग्रुएंट। ऐसे एंगल्स को हम कॉन्ग्रुएंट कह सकते हैं बिकॉज ऑपोजिट एंगल, वर्टिकली ऑपोजिट एंगल्स आर ऑलवेज equal. Now parallel lines and transversal. This will do in our next video.